What's up, YouTube? Back to Peglin today. We're moving on to Balladin Cruciball 1, where each run we start with one extra pebble, and we have the pebbles have -0, -1. Alright, let's see. Filibuster damages enemies on refresh, decoy orb, or strange brew. Three good choices. Just take the filibuster. Balladins don't usually rely very much on crits. A lot of their builds that I do at least are must circle builds, so the minus damage for the pebbles not a big deal, but not saying we can't crit, but so I'm actually just looking more for these bombs actually. And trying to collect as much gold as possible, which for whatever reason this web here always seems like it's hard to get a good amount of gold in. At least have enough for an upgrade or a buy. Protect orb, I don't like this one as much as I like the one that also does damage and gains bulwark. The other one gains less bulwark, but all right, let's guess before we do that, where's our shops? Got one partway down, another one a little further down. All right, we'll upgrade the sphere, but we will be looking to get away from hopefully the pebbles. I didn't want that relic anyways. There's me getting a little greedy there. Found the perfect way out. Trying not to light off too many bombs just yet. Whoops. Yeah, this buckler is the one I like a little bit better. We will take that. A lot of the relics or trinkets, they do kind of synergize with gaining a little bit of bulwark. I mean, we start with some, and it's never bad to have a little bit of extra, you know, damage reduction, I guess, with that. These guys, they get up on you in a hurry. Like, if you get down into the bombs, like, you can clean up pretty quick, but sometimes you don't want to just kill everything right away. Let's see, do we aim at the bats? If we aim at the bats, unfortunately, we shoot at an angle and we don't pierce as many. Assuming we get the two bombs, like, right down here, we kill the bat that's kind of right in our face anyways, but all right, let's check for navigation. Okay, we do the shop. We're still a few spots away from that. Don't want anything crit based. Let's see, apply the little shield to every 5 pegs hit, gain 1 bulwark for each on the board. Yeah, if we were, I don't know. This isn't one I usually take. Fortification. If we had a relic that worked with it, I'd consider it, but we're gonna kind of go in the general direction of the shop, not positive if we're gonna. I lied. We still have a shot at the shop, but I guess if we have since we have our filibuster, we could keep our eyes open for refreshing orbs. Would be a nice addition to this sack. Is that what we call it here? Our little sack balls, sack of orbs. I had a feeling that was going to miss there. All right, we already have a sphere. Not crazy about... I don't even know how you'd say it. Cirque? Rub Orb, fan of. We're going to look for some better stuff, though. Maybe... Let's upgrade the Bucklorb. And we will go in the general direction of the shop, hoping to get at least one more fight along the way. Okay, bombs do extra damage. Whenever you reload, deal 20 times number of reloads damage to enemies, or for every 10 bulwark, you gain 1 must circle. That is the one we want for sure. It really faked me out there. I thought it was for sure going for the cheese. So yeah, so now if we can find other bulwark gaining relics, orbs, whatever, that's what we want. Of course, our piercing ones all the way down to the bottom. Let's actually like skip a little bit to get there a little faster. So the refresh wouldn't be terrible either. I really really crapped out on that one. I was going, oh, we'll hit the bomb, we'll hit the crit, it'll be a good shot, and we'll clear out most of the board. We did no such thing. All right, I'm gonna take another Bucklorb, I think, or do we want to shuffle? See, we're not like leaving copies with your reorbanizer, so we'll take another Bucklorb. We're going right into a shop. Let's keep our money. We should see more Bucklorbs along the way. We actually might see a cheaper Bucklorb at the shop. Extra discard. Pebballs get buffed. After you are attacked, the attacker receives damage to 5 times your remaining bulwark. All right, we are grabbing that one for sure. Seeing what other... All right, so I think we take this because we are going to look to be a very bulwark heavy build. And let's get rid of a Pebble. Nothing other bulwark gaining up here, so... I say, this map is very light on elites. We've got a couple near the end here, so I think we're gonna try to stay over in that general side of the map. Although I will have to remember after this, every once in a while you get like these little paths that skip a level. I usually try not to do that. All right, round guard. Okay, let's try not to do that. As I see the elite and immediately want to go kick its ass. Yeah, like, watch this. So we're aiming at the bat. We have our piercing, but it's most likely only going to hit the one. There actually may have been a chance I could have fired at the like second one back, and it may have caught more than one. I know that happens sometimes. It might have to do with the spacing on them, but I guess one thing to keep in mind too is our base Balladin trinket here. Balladroy, at start of battle, gain bulwark equal to the number of orbs in your deck, or 2 times your orb's largest base damage, whichever is higher. So I did just skip by Highway Orbery, which is an orb that you can upgrade an infinite amount of times. And the more you upgrade it, the higher your base damage. The more bulwark would come in, the more must circle we would make. So, all right, Chopping Bollock. So this isn't the one we saw earlier that applies the shields to the pegs we hit. I don't actually know what that little shield emblem is called. But at least the other one gained us bulwark. This one doesn't. We will skip here, but we will upgrade a Bucklorb. And we will try to go to the elite fight. There we go. I could have went to the left of that orb, but I'm like, I may bounce off the bottom bumper and make my way over. All right, we got a 3-3. Let's skip to the 5-6. All right, I'm thinking that if I shoot this sphere, I'll hit these refreshes on the way down. Hopefully we kind of catch, well, I guess it doesn't matter if we catch the crit. We're doing the same amount of damage either way. All right, we did not, but say that one surely hits. All right, it was a good little Minotaur fight. I will take another Bucklorb. We'll level it up once. We are, yeah, that we passed the second shop. Attacks get increasing damage multiplier based on the number of whatever or pegs removed. So, or every shot is a crit. I think we want to stay away from that because we are going to be buffing our must circle. So let's go bag of orange pegs. I don't know what the max multiplier on it is. So on most shots, it's probably not going to come into, you know, play, but we do have a lot of bulwark here. So like, I don't mind hitting the fire a little bit. We can farm a little more gold. Usually on this stage, I dig out this bomb right here. We do have a refresh here, which probably means I'm going to hit that before I explode the bomb. But the bomb comes in handy to do a nice little chunk of damage to like a lot of the enemies all at once here. Since this board isn't like particularly like peg heavy. Nothing. It's like my thought process is I could take a ball lightning. Ball lightning's more likely to catch a crit. Does get a lot of pegs, but it's more likely to catch a crit. So let's level up. Let's see if we can farm a little gold. See, and actually every time you go into the fire here is only 2 damage at the moment. It increases to 5 eventually, so we're okay to kind of shoot a few more into the fire. All right, this is one that kind of the sooner you kill this front guy, the sooner it's going to start shooting like cannonballs at you. But the sooner you kill him, the more space you have before this guy's up in your face hitting you. So it's kind of a weird board here. So we'll just maybe try to hit a bunch of pegs. I guess the filibuster actually helps damage the back guy too. Skip over again. All right, that's usually we don't kill him all that far back, but so that's really nice. And I guess we could have skipped the spear and actually damaged him with that attack anyways, but all right, our base attacks do more damage than our crits, which is something to keep in mind, but I guess it's not the end of the world if we do still catch a crit. Okay, and actually, I forgot we have so much. Oh, do those guys actually take damage when they fire those? Because he disappeared. All right, we've got another source of must circle. It is also a source of self damage. Oh, what happened? He attacked us, and we did this ripostal service. That was what got him back. I think I'm gonna stay away from Accentuate. it's better for us to have a larger amount of bulwark to do the ripostal service damage back. Previously throw bombs will now refresh as bombs. I guess black or red bombs refresh as regular bombs. Sure, it's okay. So if we would have taken one of those other orbs that made these shields, that would have been a way to get a little bit extra. So we'll take that with the thought that maybe we will scoop one of those up before this run's all said and done. All right, Sphere's nice hit since it pierces. We'll go straight back and hit the mole in the back. I guess Mr. Avogadro, I believe, is his name. And we do have... Oh, no, we didn't take the bombs refresh. I was going to say, the bombs actually come in really handy on this boss, but we did not take that relic, which is fine. Just wanted to seek out a refresh. I was going to say, I wasn't sure when his cycle was to come hit us. Up, and that was a bad shot. We immediately aimed for the crit when our crit did less damage. Like, this is one of the reasons why, especially at higher Cruciball levels, I enjoy the Balladin, because you don't want crits. Like, one of the, increased difficulty things on the Crucibles is to get rid of a crit for you, and it's like, that's actually a plus for this character. All right, I do like Balestra. It is piercing. It does grant must circle. It does grant enemies must circle. That's the downside to it. But if we level it up, we're gaining more than they are. So that's Echo Orb. Also good, but I don't think we're doing a ton of damage. Let's take the Balestra. I like the piercing. We will level it up both times. All right, Spirit Day's Fate, extra little squirrel balls just hit the board. Defresh Potion, all orbs get morbid, but board contains half as many refreshes. I don't think we're looking for that right now, especially since kind of Refilibuster. Matryoshka Shell, every shot has +1 multi-balls, but created multi-balls are smaller. So that means we're going to hit more pegs, which should mean we should be getting more ball work. Let's try the Matryoshka Shell. Maybe the thought process there is slightly flawed, since the balls from the Matryoshka, are smaller, but we're sciencing. All right, well, we're gonna wait to shoot off the Balestra till we get a couple more guys on board. So we'll get some piercing there. This is another one of those boards where it just feels like you never hit a whole lot of anything. The pegs are all spread out, and they've got these, like, curves to them that just want to, like, send them right off the edge. But yeah, there goes their buff. But as you can see, we got ourselves a buff too. Okay, so we did pass up on Protect Orb earlier, but since we are going a very bulwark heavy build, let's see. Okay, gain 4 bulwark every 6 pegs hits, but deals no damage. Cannot deal damage ever. Doesn't matter. It's not that it starts out at 0/0. It will not allow you to deal damage. So 4 bulwark every 6 hit. If I go look at Bucklorb, full bulwark every 10 hits. So I mean, the return on bulwark is better here, but you can't do any damage with it, like unless you're hitting Refilibuster or hitting bombs. I guess I'll take one. I can skip it if I have to. I guess before we start upgrading, where's our shops? This is probably the only shop we'd really want to see. I don't want to skip any events over here. So I guess we're free to spend our money for a little bit. God, okay, as I say, is there a chance I screw up this navigation? This is like an important navigation and like decides like half of your map for you. All right, so this guy's already, oh, it's level 2, it's not level 3, but. Let's see, I could start digging out this refresh. Okay, as I say, digging it out or hitting it. Yeah, so we're actively trying to avoid crits at this point. How many Bucklorbs is too many Bucklorbs? We'll upgrade this Protect Orb. Some Pebble removals would be nice. Random navigation, no thank you. We do want to go to the 2, so let's go over here. Even though the events, you know, we're looking for those Pebble removals, but I'd rather not pass up 2 fights. Maybe a fun build would to be like a all Protect Orb build or something. And see if you could win with like Ripostal service and things of that nature. Although the Spinfection does bypass the Bulwark, as you can kind of see, which I guess makes sense, but stinks a little bit. Okay, here's our chance to take in Highway Orbery. As I mentioned, it can be upgraded any number of times, so we can start off with a higher. What's our best? A higher amount of Bulwark, so more Must Circle. So we got a 4/6, 3/4. I'm guessing that goes by largest base damage. So I guess that could go by the crit damage. So it's 6, 6, or it is number of orbs in your deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're probably starting off with 16 right now, but we do want to get rid of these Pebbles. Let's take the Highway Orbery. Upgrade it once. Let's see if we find any money type relics along the way. Maybe that would be good. Okay, so we're only starting off with 10 Bulwark here. That feels off. It feels like I don't understand this. Number of orbs in your deck, or 2 times your... Oh, 2 times your orbs highest base damage. Okay, never mind. Let's skip straight to this one. So we can probably finish everything off with one shot here, so. Not looking for Bramble right now. Deal self-damage, no. Probably just like upgrading Highway Orbery like once a fight here, so you get the cheaper upgrades. Okay, so here's a Pebble removal. We could upgrade Highway Orbery, but in the end, the removals are going to get more expensive. So let's just get rid of that. Another orb removal. Try to get to the fight, which usually it's a good place to shoot to get there. both of our piercing orbs are at the end here. All right, we're probably gonna kill a lot of stuff between before we even get here with like refreshes. I'm waiting for this guy to come back around. I almost panicked and missed it there. Refreshes are kind of in a crappy spot. So what's this do back? 5 times our remaining ball work. So we're currently doing like 400 damage back to anybody that attacks us. So it's not too shabby. We're gonna go right. Attempt to go right. And actually, it probably wouldn't be a terrible idea for us to save up about 50 gold. Heading into that last shop, in case there is some relic there that we just want to get our hands on. All right, this guy can hit pretty hard. I'm hoping that we build up pretty quickly and kill him quick enough, which this is the best orb to start with if we're looking to start building up our must circle, but the refreshes aren't in a great spot. All right. All right, we should probably get it with our highway orb shot, assuming I get the refresh here and have a nice board to work with. Okay, more must circle. We're not looking to do too much self-damage since we do want to keep our ball work up. And we are against the wall boss, so we will heal after that. So just do 1 highway orbery, and then we will save up money after this. Let's see. So prime number shots pierce, or whenever you lose health, deal 7 times that amount to enemies. I don't know how Ring of Pain works. Like it specifies health. Like, does that count ball work? Because if that's the case, we would be doing 5 times our remaining ball work and then 7 times the amount of health loss. Like, the piercing is the better one to go with right now. But I am more interested in the science and figuring out if Ring of Pain counts loss of ball work as loss of health, which I honestly don't expect it to, but we will hopefully find out. All right, let's so we did 130 back to him, and we were, so that's probably Ring of Pain. I don't think could have counted there. I didn't see much damage he did to us, but that's fine. It is fine. So the longer you let this guy live, the more of a pain he becomes because he just builds up more and more. He gets bulwark himself, so not too bad. All right, let's stay here with our gold. Each crit triggered for projectile attacks caused piercing additional enemy. I think I'll go with Overwhammer because we're trying to stay away from crits, but let's go with Overwhammer. So yeah, we have the ability to purchase 2 relics now, or a relic and an orb removal. board contains one additional crit. We do not want that. You have bulwark remaining after battle, gain 2 max health. I mean, I wouldn't turn that down. A couple healing orbs also. So I think we're taking Knight's Cap in general. Super Boots or Cookie. I mean, we only have one Pebble left. I guess we can skip by that one. Like, I do like not seeing these Pebbles in my sack, but I think our money is better spent currently on these. Let's take Super Boots. If we had more refreshes on the board, this would make a little more sense, but I think we'll get the healing we need from Super Boots. All right, it would be nice to have Balestra sooner than later to help us get a little extra ball work. Although Highway Orbery does a decent amount of damage, but our first shot's going to get soaked up by one of these knights here. So oh, we have Overwhammer. I forgot about Overwhammer. Let's see, we do have... we're immune to attack damage while reloading, but we don't have the, like, unit ignores its turn. I think we're still going to skip by there. It's going to help us scale a little faster. Hoping to hit a refresh. Go. It's like sometimes, like, do I go immediately after the refresh or do I kind of shoot around it? See, it does not matter if we give this guy extra bulwark, because if he gets to you, he just eats you, and that's game over. Which I learned the hard way. I had way too many hours in this game before I realized that that's what happened. I probably could have skipped on this guy considering it does no damage, but we are up to 13 must circle, which isn't bad. And he's still really far back, so. These refreshes are in a little bit of a weird spot though at the moment. Like trapped down the bottom, and this side of the board just kind of fallen off, you know, so anything you shoot over there is probably just gonna like slide off into nothing. But I say that's usually what kills you against this boss, is like you just can't get to the refreshes quick enough. But all right, let's continue upgrading Highway Orbery. I'm actually gonna do 2 here. We skipped 1. All right, there's more refreshes, but we don't refresh the whole board with that. All orbs get +2/+0, but board contains 1 less crit. That is perfect. Unpretentious Pendant. We are just a base damage little guy. We don't need those fancy crits. Okay, so at this point, we could still pick up another orb or something, but we're probably not. We're not really actively looking for something. If we find something that goes like, that works really good with this build, yeah, we'll grab it. But I think we're happy with what we got. We got the QR code boss, who can be a little bit difficult, but let's see. Do we shoot Highway Orbery or do we go straight to Balestra? Let's move straight to Balestra. Get a piercing shot. Perfect. We got it to split, go in both directions. And we remember we're gaining extra HP every time we have a bulwark, so fight or relic. I guess we could go over. Let's see. Can we sneak down there? Yeah. Well, bounce contribute to damage. Kind of don't care where I go. Pegboard starts with 3 extra bombs. Guess we can make our way down towards the elite. I should probably start looking at the bottom of the board to see if there's anything down there. You know, any path we want to get to. I'm just kind of blindly navigating at this point. We're actually going to skip this. We don't need to make him any stronger. This is actually a pretty poor fight here. But, this one actually is interesting. It's a way to refresh the board. I will take this. And if we upgrade it, we refresh the board just on throwing it away. So even if we don't want to shoot it, we at least get the board refresh. This elite might actually be a little difficult to navigate to. Oh, that's kind of a shame. Let's see. I mean, we are gaining extra max HP. We could give it all back. Which way are we trying to go? I mean, this is a 2-shop way, but we don't have a ton of money built up. I mean, honestly, like, as fun as elites are, the last thing you want is to catch that one elite that just kind of you're not built for, and then you're coming into a boss like weak. So I guess we'll do the brace for impact. Or no, let's do the attempted dodge. We're still above our original HP. I might try to go down this path. Do we want the gambling chip? Let's see. I think I'll pass on the gambling chip this time. We can still get to our kind of desired path no matter which way we end up navigating out of here. Which, that way, with the way the circle spins, usually gets spit up to the right. Alright, back down to the left. So go straight to the one that's going to get us some Balladin to protect us from these mean red bombs. Dead, dead. When this orb leaves the pegboard, refresh or refresh when discarded. So we can just discard. Gives us a better board to shoot at anyways. See, base damage increases, the lower your health is. No. Highway Orbery, have another level up. I do not need the fireballs. Upgrade an orb. Okay, well. Highway Orbery. Why couldn't I have got this earlier? Take the golden orb, minus 34 gold plus orb. Yeah, we will do that. Because I kind of want to see, we're going to have to upgrade that orb before we go into the final boss, but I do want to see that there. I hope we get, I don't think we're gonna get enough gold to upgrade it both times, unfortunately. We're gonna get to upgrade it once, but it's kind of a shame. All right, let's go say hi to the QR code boss. So the one thing I know about this boss is that this guy here, the blue one, heals. So if you can focus it down, that's usually one you want to focus down first. I know shooting this way, I will get blocked, but we're still aiming in the general direction of that. All right, we could fire Protect Orb, but let's go straight to Highway Orbery, trying to get some damage in. I kind of rushed that shot there because I wanted to get the refresh. Giving these guys extra attack is sometimes a bad idea, but... Oh, we still didn't kill the blue one. Yikes. I thought for sure he was dead with that last shot. He's dead with this shot, but... Alright, I think we've neutralized the threat here. Kind of wish we would have got that gold coin, that gold orb a little bit earlier. I could have made for some really fun shots with how many pegs it hits and with the amount of bulwark we were able to build up. But I think that was a good, like, that's a bulwark. That's a Balladin build. You got some bulwark, you got some must circle, you know. It's actually my favorite class, and is the first one I got to Cruciball level 20. So, but yeah, yeah, it was a shame we didn't get that. I already forget the name of it. A little quicker. Level 12 Highway Orb Rate, probably not as big of a deal as it, you know, could have been. I guess it gave us more starting bulwark, which turned into must circle, but yeah, so that's Cruciball 1, Balladin. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.